We hear the clap of hands, and daylight becomes night. Then in the distance we see a man sitting near a campfire. He calls us over, but we approach cautiously, for the energy he gives off is that of a guardian. I know we're gonna fight in the end, but why don't you two learn about our story? And by our story I mean the tree. Know thy enemy of sorts. We approach the man cautiously, but even though he offers us a seat, we prefer to stand. The man begins to speak. I'd be cautious too, if I were you. I mean, especially when the enemy's comrades have been attacking me on sight. However, I believe at least a discussion is needed. The history of the tree. To put it in simple terms, imagine a child that only knows that they have massive amounts of power. But this child has nobody else to talk to. They have no one else to nurture them. And then suddenly one day, their world changes. They absorb even more power from these strangers. Those strangers being Equilibrium and his folk. But the tree did not just absorb power. It absorbed their memories as well. It learned about hate. It learned about fear and happiness. But the hatred and that fear, it drove it to devastating heights, as you've seen. And me, well, I'm simply the Navigator. I was created to open up all those portals you saw, so that the tree could invade all those realms. Is it right? I can't say. My particular bias is towards the tree. But what do you two think? Because as you've most likely learned, Ifrit is the one that the tree has molded its entire personality on. Her fury and her hatred was so fierce that it consumed this pure innocence. And then you add Equilibrium's insatiable greed for power. You could say that this is kind of like their own daughter. So will you help this poor, tired old man out? I just want to free her from this. I don't want this destruction to carry on. Why don't we join forces and we can succeed in this? My knowledge and power will be at your disposal. The Navigator puts out his hand. His face is full of innocence. So trustworthy is his appearance. But Kyria steps forward and smacks his hand away. Anyone else would have believed you. You make a great liar, but reveal yourself, wolf in sheep's clothing. The old man's appearance begins to morph. That innocent smile twists into something sinister. A tall, hyena-like beast stands before us now. A mocking laughter fills the air, and so too does his energy. Oh, I almost had you two. I was going to feast on your flesh and use your bones as toothpicks. But talk time is over. Why don't we settle this now?